Welcome. My name is Brandon B. I am here with some NBA news, and we have just gotten a confirmation that the 41-year-old Vince Carter will reportedly join the Hawks, and it's pretty impressive. A 41-year-old going at it. He has been in the league for a while, and Hawks might be the last team. But you can tell last year on the Sacramento Kings, he actually still played pretty well. He was a decent veteran. He could still get up, and that is going on in the recent signings. Next in the news, we have a new beef going between CJ McCollum and Kevin Durant. These two have been kind of jawing at each other recently. You talk about CJ McCollum's podcast called The Pull Up. You should check it out. I've watched some episodes. Very, very good. They talk about life and some fine wine if you're into that. But in other words, Kevin Durant was invited onto CJ's podcast recently, and here's what Kevin Durant had to say, and here's what happened in the podcast.
You know how I felt, bro. I was hot. I don't know if I was more mad than when you went to go. I think I was more mad.
Why are you mad about this stuff?
Bro, I'm in the league. What do you mean? Why am I mad about this stuff? I'm in the Western Conference. I got to play you MFers all the time anyway, as it is, over and over again. We done got eliminated by y'all a few times in the first round. So I'm looking at cuz.
you know you guys aren't going to win a championship.
Bro, we have the team. We have capabilities. Anything is possible. We can win a championship.
And I think in the podcast, Kevin Durant says, you ain't going to win a championship anyway, or something like that. And that's just no disrespect to Kevin Durant, but that's just kind of playing it kind of rough if you think about it. Because Kevin Durant, he did join a 73-9 team after losing to them in the conference finals with his Thunder team. That could have, if he stayed in OKC, they could have been able to grab a championship to OKC. So I don't know too much about the decision. And Boogie Cousins, that was a pretty weak move, I'd say. Just no bias. I think Boogie Cousins, I don't think Boogie Cousins makes them that much greater. You're talking about a guy who just came off an Achilles injury. He's going to be out for most of the season, and you're asking him to come back just like that. And you talk about before the injury, Boogie Cousins wasn't an explosive guy. He wasn't very athletic, and he had you could tell he had a bit of weight onto his body, so we'll try to see how he bounces back. And in the recent weeks, we know that the USA basketball camp is coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Kawhi Leonard, and Pop, because Greg Popovich is coaching the USA basketball team, so we're going to see their relations with Kawhi and Pop. But Kawhi, I reportedly heard he was not going to participate in the training camps to get situated with his new team in Toronto, even though he's there only for a year. But then you talk about DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry both showing up to the camp. It's going to be weird how they patch things up. I know Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are good friends, so we'll see how that has to go. And just, it's going to be sort of weird seeing everybody try to kind of come together and just play basketball for USA. And that will do it for our news today. Tune in next time onto the channel. I'm your host, Brandon B., and we will see you next time.